A young quarterback today threw for 489 yards to bring his team back in the final 3 minutes of regulation play, and the Browns will play for the AFC Championship, folks.
The stadium is pandemonium here. Cleveland Municipal Stadium has never seen a sight like this in its story.
And that quarterback, number 19. Bernie, oh yeah, how you can throw. Yeah. Bernie, oh baby, Super Bowl.
There's no doubt in my mind that these fans are the greatest fans anywhere in the world. But when you're talking about one of their own, and obviously Bernie Kosar was one of their own, I mean, when you mentioned his name, it was just like a rock star. I mean, there's very few people that you can mention, put in the same category. I mean, obviously you got guys like Jim Brown, guys like that, but when Bernie Kosar is in a room, everyone knows Bernie Kosar is in a room, and especially in Cleveland.
My rookie year, we pretty much ran the ball 1,000 times a game. And then with the addition of Lindy and Vontae, and I think the front office realized the potential Bernie had as a passer, that they brought in a guy like Lindy to kind of develop Bernie and bring him along in the passing game. And our team seemed to take off from that point. And from that point on, the city was never the same. It was a buzz about Bernie Kosar everywhere you went.
I think in Bernie taking the opportunity to choose to come and play in his hometown, to embrace the aspect of being a great collegiate player, being a part of a championship, and then come to Cleveland and bring a championship to Cleveland. I think he embraced that, and I think the city of Cleveland embraced him.
Cleveland is a city with a lot of pride, and anytime somebody comes back and says, you know, I want to play for this city, I think it gives them a shot in the arm that it means a lot, because Cleveland is really all about the people. And, you know, Bernie embraced the city, and the city embraced Bernie.
He uttered a phrase that people around Cleveland will forever be respectful towards him for saying.
My commitments towards the Youngstown, Cleveland area, and me basically just wanting to go home.
It was at a time when a lot of people didn't want to come to Cleveland, didn't want to live in Cleveland, and if you were an athlete, you didn't want to end up or play in Cleveland. But this guy, one of the best college football quarterbacks of his time, said, I want to go and win with the Cleveland Browns. And I think it gave everybody in the city an amazing feeling of, hey, this guy wants to play for us, we're pretty special.
He knew how much Cleveland appreciated the Browns winning, and he wanted so much to be a part of that. And when he stood up at the University of Miami and said he wanted to play for the Cleveland Browns, it really inspired the city at the time.
Here comes this kid right out of college, went through school in 3 years, comes to his news conference at Brown Stadium. I believe he was wearing shorts, he had on a t-shirt, he had that big hairdo with his sunglasses on top, and very confident in how he faced all of our questions that first day when he became a member of the Cleveland Browns.
Me being a defensive back or cornerback, obviously there was a lot of battles that we went against each other. And I tell you what, when he came in, he just didn't miss a beat. You could just tell how smart, how intelligent, how bright this kid was, and just his knowledge for the game of football.
You know, most quarterbacks, when they step in the huddle for the first time, they're a little intimidated, or they're in awe. Bernie was neither. He stepped into that huddle, and that huddle became his from the very first time he stepped in there.
Well, I have had the great opportunity in Bernie's post-playing days to work with him on the Browns preseason telecast every summer. And the thing that just absolutely amazes me, he can immediately say, the way the Browns are lined up right now, the play they're going to call, that's not going to work. And it doesn't. And I just say, this is amazing. If it was this easy, we would have many Super Bowls here in Cleveland.
You know, I heard Marty use a word to describe Bernie in an old, I think it was an old team highlight film. And it was unflappable.
He always remained the same. He is, in my words, I would characterize him as unflappable. That is the thing that is going to make him a top National Football League winning quarterback.
That's saying a lot about somebody when they can stay the same regardless of what situation they put in and perform. I think he did a great job of that, and he also helped us as a team. You know, we'd have some bad situations that would come up, but I don't think we ever went back in the hole and thought, you know, hey, this is over, we might as well give up. We always thought we had a chance, and I think that came from him and the attitude he brought to the huddle.
Every time, you know, you hear a talk show, they refer to the Bernie Kosar era, the Brian Sipe era, or the Jim Brown era. They're always talking about eras where, you know, we won, and I think that's what Bernie brought to the table. I think Bernie was a great compensator. You know, he wasn't gifted with a lot of speed, but he found a way to, you know, get the ball out in a hurry. Delivery was sometimes sidearm, but that was a way that we found that he could be successful. I think the best part of Bernie and the compensation is the fact that mentally he could always beat the opponent.
He was tough. He was dedicated to the profession. He was very generous. He was fun to be around. At the end of the day, he was just a winner.
My father used to always say, tough times don't last, but tough people do. And that phrase really comes to mind when I think of Bernie Kosar. I'll just say, tough times don't last, but tough people do. And Bernie Kosar is a tough person.
Bernie, Bernie, oh yeah, how you can throw. Yeah, 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 yeah. Bernie, Bernie.